Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of our virtual online interviews here with Vizsla Resources now today. And with us here is Michael Konnert, the CEO of the company. Michael, good morning to Canada. How are you?
Well, good morning or good evening to you. I'm doing very well and very pleased to be on the show here. And as always, very pleased to speak with you.
Fantastic, and thanks for taking the time. I know it's early for you, but even more important that we discuss the progress of Vizsla, as you are one of our companies which had the biggest run this year. I remember we spoke at PDAC in March, and we did an interview with you and also a TV production. Stock price was 35 cents, and all of a sudden, several months later, you were like almost $3. And I think you had Eric Sprott invested into your company, and you started to bring out fabulous drill results. So I would love to do an update here with you now over the last, let's say, 3-4 drill results you had. You even brought out, I think 3 hours ago, again, nice drill results. So maybe you want to comment on that first.
Sure. So, Vizsla continues to put out kilo plus, multi-kilo drill results over great mineable widths at the Panuco project. And I think this is an example of what we see here, which is a completely underexplored district that's known for its high grade that we've consolidated for the first time ourselves. So today we put out 2.4 kilograms of silver equivalent with great gold numbers over 1 meter at the Panuco zone. And now the Panuco zone is a kilometer north of the original discovery that we made at Napoleon. Of course, that original discovery was 6 meters of 8 kilograms of silver equivalent. So just fantastic grades, 1.8 kilograms of silver, over 2 ounces of gold in that six meters. So, we continue to put out very high grades of silver and gold across the district in our drilling. Now, we've only really been intensely drilling since about April of this year. So, for us to continue to put out multi-kilo numbers, or, for instance, in the last drill release that we put out, 15.3 meters of 449 grams of silver equivalent, broad widths of high grade as well, just shows that the strike rate that we're having per meter drilled, or, per 1,000 meters drilled, however you want to define it, is industry leading. We continue to have significant success as we drill.
Fantastic. Also, as you said all the time, silver equivalent. I mean, this is very silver rich, but you have gold, zinc, and also lead associated with, right?
That's right. It's predominantly silver. I think, when you look historically, or you go and see what the artisanal miners would be producing at this operation across the district, you would understand that yes, it is silver dominant. However, again, very close second is gold, and the grades of this gold are very high. So, a good analog to Panuco district is a San Dimas mine, which is 80 kilometers to the north, very large, prolific producer, similar type of geology. And, there it kind of is very close silver and gold.
Okay, super. So now I read also that you have, on the one hand, you have those, let's say, multi-kilogram type of silver equivalent. But on the other hand, I saw that you are looking for white bulk tonnage mineable results, and you are moving a little bit away on the one hand, and you are searching now more what was it here, not to the north and west, I think, at Panuco and also in the Napoleon corridor. So what is the difference between those two types of mineralization?
Well, it's interesting because we do certainly have these very high grade centers, and some of the deepest holes that we drilled at the original Napoleon discovery are 1-2 meters of multi-kilo numbers. But then again, which we're seeing that, as I mentioned, the 15 meters of 449 grams silver. Now that's over that distance, that's very high grade. That's true width. So we're looking at both opportunities of open pit and underground mining. Now, if you look at open pit on something like the Napoleon area or the Panuco zone, some of the halo or the area surrounding the very high grade core, is certainly economic as well too. And so we're seeing that 100 to 300 grams silver equivalent, numbers like that. All that shows is just that in a mining scenario that this has the potential to be extremely profitable.
Okay, super. Okay, then let's talk about a potential production scenario. So what else do you think is now needed, or let's say what in addition is needed to really bring this to a status where you can say, hey guys, 2021, this is our start of the production, because you have the cocoa mill already optioned, you have that whole Panuco project optioned, yeah, and it looks all to me extremely strong that, let's say, with another maybe, I don't know, 10, 20, 30,000 meters drilling, you say, okay, let's bring out a resource estimate and then let's go from there.
Certainly. So, I guess even backing up a little bit, the three major points that I like to highlight on Vizsla and Panuco is the grade, which we've touched on already, the very high grade nature of the district. The second thing, is the size of the district. So we're only drilling on basically now two main corridors of over 20 plus veins across the district. The potential to find multiple Napoleons, multiple discoveries of this nature certainly exist here, and it's been very underexplored. Now, the third point that really separates us from other companies like this or discovery plays in Mexico or elsewhere is that we have this pathway to production. And the pathway to production is this option that we struck with the existing operators there, and these are Mexican mining families who have built a 500 ton per day mill. That mill is permitted, it has the HEDO agreements operating, all the things that a company would need to enter into production very rapidly. Of course, we have that under option. So as we continue to drill and make discoveries across the district, and then we do the infill drilling, or the drilling that can be referred to as resource drilling, we're looking to 2021 to basically assemble a significant amount of silver and gold into a resource. Although we're not necessarily giving guidance as to dates on that. We're certainly doing that type of work. We're doing that resource drilling. At that point, we would look to look at ways that we could exercise that option, own the mill 100%, and start working towards a production scenario. Now, in order to support that, of course, we are doing some of that that study work, some of the work where we're looking at how does this resource hang together? Where should we be drilling in order to optimize production scenarios? So we are doing a little bit of that work as we speak. But 2021 will be a transformative year for the company, I believe.
Fantastic. So would that mean that you are going as fast as possible in production because you say, hey, you know what? We have so much good material. The mill is given. Yeah. So we have the plant layout around. We know already where to place, what to do. And let's get started with production and then move the drills further forward and pay the drilling out of the production.
That is certainly an option that we could review. Yeah, no, I mean that's part of the the strategy is that we have the opportunity to rapidly enter into production as we desire. So it's it's such a unique story in this space.
Super. So how does it look like money-wise? Because you raised a lot of money this year. I would say you were really overflooded with money when you did your financing, which is a perfect luxury problem to have when people are throwing money at you. And thank God you took much, much more than you thought you need initially. And this is the right way to do it. So let's put it that way. Is there enough money in, first of all, for the options payments when you would decide next year to say, hey, you know what, we exercise the option, we do that, and we want to go in production? Do you have the money to do all that?
Well, we have a very long-dated option payment schedule. So, the first major payment comes in 2022, and then, that's several $1 million, but that goes, out until 2026. So we have a significant period of time to make these option payments. So we're not under any, significant pressure right now to do that. And of course, we're very well funded. We have, by the end of the year, I expect us to end with about $25 million in the bank. That'll fund us for the next year of drilling and our G&A and everything that we need to do. At which point, we also have warrants that are held by Eric Sprott and other major shareholders, and those warrants would allow us basically to finance the back end option and not having sacrificed our drilling or any other work that we need to do. So we are very well funded. Our funding plan is well structured, I believe, and I think we'll be able to execute on this very, very seamlessly.
Super, fantastic. So what can we expect? Let's say the year is almost gone, but what can we expect for Q1, Q2 next year? What are the high priority targets you want to realize?
Well, Vizsla is really just all about more drilling. Again, it's so much. It's worth repeating that this district is so underexplored. That we on our 7th hole, we back from COVID at Napoleon, we made that 6 meter, 8 kilo discovery. I mean, that's one of Mexico's top drill holes in years. 7th hole. As we add more rigs, now we're on to 5 rigs across the district. As we add more rigs, which I'm Q1, we intend to add more rigs. I think more discoveries like that will be coming. I think it's a very exciting time to be drilling in this district here.
Fantastic. That was a great final sentence. And thank you very much, Michael. We wish you all the best for that, of course. And we look forward to many, many more of those super high grade and long intersection drill results.
Yeah, very good. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was Michael Konnert, the CEO of Vizsla Resources, and you heard it. The company is moving on full throttle. Again, good drill results here today. The company published the last 8 to 12 weeks, fantastic drill results. And as you heard it, they want to add more drill rigs to the ground. They want to go high speed also in 2021. And what is even also very important, they have the money to do so. And we think this company will be in production by 2022 latest, and we would really highly recommend that you check out that company. Thanks for watching us, and bye-bye from Switzerland.